Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, as the title suggests, the wedding of Sheila and Deacon on the Bold and the Beautiful. A lot of stuff that went down in today's episode. And people always sit there and talk about how the Logans are this and the Logans are that, and oh my god, it's the Logans. And Forrest is not exactly any better. Stuffy is over the top. Ridge, as Ronnie Ron always says, needs to shut his effing mouth. Oh my goodness. This man actually said he better not be there. Who else what, Rich? What do you plan on doing if he's there? What are you gonna do? We're gonna be simply talking about all the shows during our hospital days of our lives, Bold and Beautiful and Young and the Restless. Let's do a quick roll call and get this started. Freddy's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Black Mon's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Gemini's in the chat. How you doing tonight? I'm doing good. I'm doing good, Black Mon. Doing good. How you doing? I had a good nap. A little groggy, but I feel a little more refreshed. So also got some ice cream too. I haven't had ice cream in a hot minute. The hell? Gemini says Elizabeth has to be the dumbest idiot I've ever seen. Why would you tell Portia about that? Exactly. Yes, that's exactly what I'm sitting there saying as far as work and work. Separate your personal from your professional. Ronnie Ron is in the chat. Cherry ice cream is in the chat. Oh, okay. I guess so, Ron. I didn't have time to sit there and watch Phoenix. Um, but that's nice to know. But Cherry ice cream, how you doing tonight? I'm glad to hear that, Black Man. Glad to hear that. I'm doing good. I'm doing good, Freddie. I just woke up from a nap not too long ago, so I'm refreshed. I got me some. Had to get it. Had to get it, cherry ice cream. It says, why didn't Elizabeth talk to Laura like she always does instead of Portia? Exactly. And Gemini says, I have more words to describe Elizabeth, but I respect Albert's chat because damn, what a yeah, I know. No, well, first of all, I appreciate that, Jimmy. I appreciate that, Gemini. Thank you. And it was stupid. That's why I sat there and I looked at that scene. I was like, they're both out of pocket because Portia was like, oh, well, you could talk to me. We're friends. But you know damn well that you're also her boss. So why would you sit there and talk about you can confine in me? I don't understand. Why are you running off for? Yeah, Gemini, it's kind of a warm one tonight. I haven't had ice cream in so long. Oh. Hmm. Oh, this is so good. Oof. Hmm. Mm-mm. Freddie says, I'm just going to sit back and chill tonight on this Friday night, listening to you read the comments on the live stream. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. And yes, make sure you hit the like button, like Freddie said, because it really does help. What's good, Jay Blue? Ron says, but what do you think about Marlena advice to Stephanie that they have to approach? I think it's spot on, Ron, because we don't know this other version. We don't know this Bobby Stein. So We don't know what this guy's like. Everett may seem like a nice guy, but we don't know what Bobby is like or what he's capable of. So yeah, Ron, it's spot on. Jay Blue says I'm just about to watch Jay's, but I thought Terry and Liz were tight friends. Yeah, well, we haven't seen Terry in a while, so that's why I said it was just pretty much. Terry kind of says, "I'm sure it is. It's just it's it's like sex in your mouth. Like that's the only way I can describe this. Whew. Lordy, Lord, Lord. Hmm. Mm-mm. Gemini says Portia damn well know that this is something that she can't keep to herself. Exactly. Thank you. And thank you for that. I was just about to sit there and say a reminder, Abba will not be able to read every comment on his live stream. Thank you, Fred. See, Freddie's a G. Freddie's a G. I always appreciate you. Jerry Ice Cream, I haven't had this in a hot minute. Seriously, when you haven't had it in a okay, well I know what that sounds like, but when you haven't had this ice cream in a while, it's mm, God, let's say so good. Oh my lord. Deluxe is in the chat was good. No, seriously, Jay Blue, I appreciate that. He definitely is helping me out. Ron says, "What's your take on Jada saying that he is sick and he didn't abuse me. Also, he didn't walk out. It's mature. I'm glad that she's not going to be act like a Karen moving forward. So that's good. Kyrie's Clark was good. Yes, I did. Let's everyone say what's up to Kyrie's Clark, the one and only. Gemini says Elizabeth gets a jackass of the month award for her stupidity. Yeah, it was stupid. It definitely was. And thank you, Freddie. Appreciate that. Black Mouse said, "Good savior." I was, I'm just saying, like it's so good. I haven't had this in a hot minute. I can't wait till when I go get some wine. I'm gonna try to get some this week. Try to get some this week. So we'll see. Hmm. Um, and it was on sale too. I mean, like it was like on sale. Like that sale was so good. It was like they were giving it away. Literally, it was like they were giving it away. That's how much this. That's how much this. That's how good the sale was. Hmm. Danny R was good, my friend. Curry says, finally, I'm so happy. I'm personally taking credit. I put that out in the universe. I manifested it into happening. And those writers listening to me for once. Yes, I peeped it too. LaShanta's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Yeah, it was a good price too. I was at work when I saw that sale. I was like, yeah, I'm picking me up some. Um, Deluxe says technically Portia can't do anything about what Elizabeth told her. She would have to monitor Finn and have proper cause before she can actually. And that's funny, Deluxe, because I thought about that as well. Oh, that's good, Danny. Keep up the good work. Keep up the good work, my friend. Keep up the good work. I'm happy for you, Danny. Happy for you. Ron says, I'm tired of Johnny just sit there and not say much. It's like Chanel is the man and he is the woman. I understand he wants to support his wife. Yeah, it's You know, you're onto something, Ron. Oh, okay, that's good. Danny, I'm gonna check it out then. After the stream, I'll check it out. And Lashanta says, Neil's brother pissed me off. Why didn't they throw him out? Because Alexis wanted him to stay. I think they should have probably kind of thrown out the case, but Alexis wanted her to stay though. Wanted him to stay, which honestly, tell you the truth, this dude needs therapy. Hmm. Yep. Hope for the future. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Ron. Yes. Oh, you didn't watch it? Okay. I thought it was decent. There was some funny parts though. Jesus Christ. There was some funny parts in there though. Like, if you do get a chance to watch it, there's some really bad green screen. Like, really bad green screen. I was like, y'all really couldn't go to a park? Really? Y'all really couldn't go to a park? I'm just looking at this. I was like, this looks so bad. This looks so bad. Gemini says, yes, Portia can put Finn on leave to be nice, but also suspend him because the patient's lives are important. Well, that's interesting. Deluxe is saying one thing and Gemini's saying something else. But the point is, she shouldn't have opened up her mouth. She shouldn't have said anything. What's good, Lord B? And my whole thing is like, you told her, hey, listen, you're the chief of staff, so I can't really say anything to you, right? But then you run and you say something to her anyway. Like, come on, what are you doing? So it's one of those scenes where it's like they both look bad. They both look bad. Hmm. Was good, Lord B. Yeah, he took the day off. Exactly, J Blue. And De Havilland. Hey, Albert and everyone. Albert already told you have a wonderful weekend. Everyone have a wonderful weekend. You too, De Havilland. You too. Hmm. It's funny, Ron, because I said the exact same thing. I said this, and it's funny too, Ron. When I was watching, I did my review. I thought about you because I was like, Ron is always telling Riz to shut his effing mouth. Carrie said there will not be a new episode of JH on Monday. Thank you, Carrie, because I was wondering about that. I was wondering about that. Gemini said drinking and surgery can kill someone on the operation table. Would you want a drunk doctor touching you? Hell no. That's why Portia had that look, Gemini. Portia had that look like if I don't say anything and something happens, that's on me. Liz is like, promise you won't say anything. How you gonna sit there and tell this woman that one of your top surgeons is having a rough time and is drinking again and already had an addiction problem? And then you tell her, oh, just don't say anything. Just don't say anything. Like, come on. Anthony, the number one YouTuber, how you doing tonight? Justin says, who does Sheila think she's fooling? She's not fooling anybody. Soon Deacon's going to end up like Eric when he married Sheila in the past. Well, you know more of the history than I do, my friend. Kyrie says, I'm perfectly capable of calling Ava out on her mess. I know, Kyrie. I saw you yesterday. You were going in, my friend. You were going in. I was like, okay, Kyrie. I see you. I see my boy, Kyrie. I see you, Kyrie. Now, Justin F. just responded to Justin F. Deshanta says, Albert Finn left in a T-shirt. How he get a suit jacket? Could have got it from the car. That's a good question. I didn't even peep that. That's a good question, Lashanta. I didn't even peep that. I wish I would have peeped that though. Damn. Where were you before I started my review? Lobby says why cancel Hope for the future? Because Hope was the one that encouraged Finn to go to Sheila's wedding, and she did not like that. She did not like that at all. Justin says, Albert, yeah, I saw the show when I was little. Damn, okay, Justin, that's what's up. So listen, if I got any questions about B&B, I'm coming to you for them. All right? You're going to be my go-to guy when it comes towards B&B. Kara says, after you said it was impossible for me not to look at it from a fan's perspective, she's not spared the evil and selfish for sure. However what? It was on the fan page. Oh, okay. Deluxe, hopefully she doesn't. Justin says, it was a mistake when I typed my. Yeah, I figured that. I figured that, Justin. I was just kind of just joking with you. Ron says, Albert, EJ is so effing toxic. Look how he continues to gaslight Nicole. Why can't he just be honest? Because he's the devil. That's why. LaShanta, and I said that in my review, I was like, people are going to go to a trusted brand. And if Thomas is not there, people are probably not going to go out and start buying Hope for the Future. That's exactly what it is, Lord B. Yeah, no, Justin, I was just messing with you. That's all. Harriet says, I feel like people only ever focus on her part, like everything's her fault. Valentine's the one that actually switched Sonny's meds, not the one person that has given him any sort of smoke. I mean, I don't. Here's the thing. I don't fully blame Ava for what's good, Francis. I don't fully blame Ava for Alexis losing her license because those are choices that she made. So I don't fully blame her for that. You know, they didn't, Laura B. But then I also sit there and I look at it this way too. When they tried doing Hope for the Future without Thomas, when it was uh, Eric and how was his name? Eric and Zende. They didn't do a good job. So if they didn't do a good job then they was good Dolomitics. If they didn't do a good job then what makes you think they're gonna do a good job now? Like why even bother to sit there and do this line without Thomas at all in general? It was good Dolomitics. It's good Dolly. That's the $1 million question, Crystal. That's the $1 million question. I don't know if it's the heartbreak and it could just be the heartbreak. It could just be the heartbreak that he doesn't want. He doesn't want his son to sit there and go through that, through the pain and everything like that of taking care of a child that does have special needs. So I don't think it's so much about the shame or anything like that. It's just it could just be that. Autumn says, "Hey Albert, Liz is going to regret telling Portia that Finn kind of fell off the wagon because of that lawsuit Finn already had. The only reason it was dropped was because of Tracy. Liz should have kept it to herself." Exactly. Autumn, they were both out of pocket. Okay. Lashanta says, "I hope Thomas doesn't save that line." But they were both out of pocket because Portia's like, "Oh, well, you can tell me we're friends, but you know that you're more than just a friend of Liz. So why would you even sit there and try to blur those lines? You're the chief of staff. You shouldn't be blurring any line." Ron says, "Albert, I hope that when Thomas comes back, that Steffi gives him his own line and names it the men's line." Well, they gotta find a more snazzier name than that, but Problematic says, if it wasn't so soon after Nicole baby storyline, I could see EJ doing something stupid like switching Chanel and Johnny's baby for his own good. Yeah, I can see him doing something like that too. No, he wasn't J Blue. Francis says maybe if Finn and Liz over, she and Jason may get together. Hmm. Harry says, do you think it was a nonsense rewrite with Alexis's case? I don't even remember their original. I didn't even realize it was a rewrite. That's the thing. I didn't even realize it was a rewrite. So I can't even sit there and say. I guess it's one of those things that just kind of slipped under the radar for me. I saw your stream, and the title was rewrite or something. I was like, they rewrote it. They're doing that a lot lately, guys. Not just with that. Apparently, with Sonny, they rewrote the history. But see, the thing is, what people don't understand is, even if it is a rewrite, that's the new timeline. So, rather you want to accept the new timeline it was, okay. Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, regardless, that's the timeline that it is. Rather people want to accept it or not. With this new rewrite about Alexis, same thing with Sonny, Karen, and Jagger, right? Sonny's sleeping with a 17-year-old girl. Doesn't matter if it was a rewrite, that's the new one. Crystal says Abe did it with his son and is still just fine. Yeah, Crystal. See, the problem is, Crystal, is that we don't know why EJ is so determined to tell Johnny, hey, listen, I don't know if you should go through with this pregnancy. Because he haven't actually listened to reasons why. He haven't actually said what you said. He hasn't said anything. All he said was that it's a tough road to sit there and raise somebody with disabilities. That's all he said. But he hasn't really. I honestly tell you the truth, Crystal. I think it's more of a matter of that Johnny hasn't said anything. Johnny doesn't have an opinion. Johnny practically parrots everything that what you call it says. That Chanel says. Laura B said that was my question too because I was not watching when Neil burned up. I was watching it, but it was so long ago though. Max says I'm hearing this new head writer is really bad about rewriting history. Yeah. There's rumblings. Francis said, "Did you see Hunter King and the actor who played original Ian on GH are coming? Seriously? Oh, that's what's up, Francis." Ron says, "Albert, what's your take on the Stephanie on when Stephanie was calling Everett's phone and she couldn't reach him because she was worried?" What's my take on it? Um, I mean, she was worried. She couldn't reach him. I mean, it's not really. It was just a scene. Um, what is your take on Stephanie when calling Everett? I think it's a reasonable thing to be worried if you're calling somebody and they're not answering. You're like, why? What's going on? So I mean, it was a fine scene. It wasn't nothing like wasn't mind blowing or anything. And Dolomag says, don't forget about the Heather nonsense that she rewrote. Hmm. Harry says, well, people didn't accept it. Producers didn't either, which is why that head writer was fired. So hopefully Chris Van will fix this mess. Hmm. I don't know. I'm just not just saying like they rewrote Sonny's history, and it is what it is now, for better or worse. Lashanta says, Albert, did you hear anything about the OG Taylor coming back? No, actually, I did not. Until you said something, I would start watching. Oh, wow. I'm going to have to look that up. Thank you, Lashanta. I'm going to have to look that up. I wasn't around for the original Taylor to come back. I heard she didn't want to come back because she didn't like the script. So either times got really desperate for her, or she likes or they promised her a better script. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Oh my god! But thank you for letting me know, Lashant. I'm gonna look out for that info. Lashanta says, "Albert, did you hear Blaze and Christina keeps saying her?" Yes, exactly, Lashanta. She's been saying that for a hot minute. That's been very alarming. Um, because the thing is, Lashanta, we all knew that that was going to be very messy. That was going to be a very messy storyline, and that she was going to be super possessive of this child. So it's just, and I'm glad you caught that, Lashanta, because she's been saying that a lot. With everything going on, it's easy to miss that. So that is really good of you. It's really good on you to spot that. Jackson says, "Yep, I kept that." Harry says, "So when is your collab with her going to be?" Collab with who? Carries, what are you talking about? Dolomita says, Heather was rewritten as being insane because of her hip replacement. She really was insane way back in the 80s. Hmm. Well, I'm pretty sure the old school fans of that would have is not too happy. Ron says, Albert Phoenix Tremaine said that the reason why the OG Taylor didn't want to come back because of her plastic surgery, and people online was making fun of her. Oh, Oh, I mean, Kyrie's, if you're talking about who you think I'm talking, if you're talking about who I think you're talking about, then you already know the answer to that. So I don't even understand why you're asking that for. I really don't. Why would I want to do that? Why would I want to do that to myself for Kyrie's? Why would that make sense? Caroline, how have you been? I saw you in Kyrie's live stream a couple of days ago, so it's good to see you, Mines. But and Caroline says hi, Kyrie's. Kyrie's the one and F and only. But Kyrie's that's no. You know damn well that that's not gonna happen. Honestly, tell you the truth, like I said, Kyrie's. I'm pretty sure she's a nice person, but no, no. After I saw that on yours, no, no, that's not gonna happen. She's a cool person, but it ain't happening now. So I don't really know. Let's just move on to another subject. Island Breeze, what's good? What is good, my friend? Nah, Kyrie's, I think you actually helped me dodge the bullet on well on a lot of things. And Caroline says, I love your stream." Oh, my stream and Kyrie's stream. Yes, Kyrie. Listen, Kyrie's is that dude. So I appreciate that, Caroline. Thank you. And yeah, Kyrie's is pretty awesome. Yeah, Ron. I guess she's just been busy, so hopefully when she has some time, she'll come through, Ron. And what's good, Island? It's good to see you. But yes, no, Kyrie's streams are awesome. So I'm glad you're enjoying his streams. Um, how is what they're saying? And that ice can really have me effed up. Um, yeah, no, Riz needs to shut his effing mouth. Okay, that dude was losing to say, well, Finn better not be at the wedding, or else what? What are you gonna do if he is at the wedding, Rich? Thank you, Freddie. Thank you. Yes, make sure you hit that like button because I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna have to cheat. Harry says you're her last Jack Abbott Albert Bostic. Welcome her with open arms on screen for the world to see. Okay. Yeah. Honestly, tell you the truth, Curry, I can't tell if you're joking or if you're being serious at this point. Either way, yeah, either way, that's not happening. Lashanta says, "Oh, this comment's for you, Curry's." Island says, "Out of all the four shows, which one was the best? Just got home, haven't seen any today." Honestly, tell you the truth, I would sit there and say probably The Young and the Restless for me. I would say The Young and the Restless, B&B, and Days, and then GH. GH was last. GH was last. Yeah, Island. I would sit there and say why not? I don't know. Well, GH was okay, but Carrie says I'm trolling. That's the first time I actually admitted. Yeah, no, I figured that. I mean, that's the thing, Carrie. I have nothing against her or anything like that, but like when you put somebody on a live stream, you got to be careful. You know, there's only certain people I would sit there and have come up on a live stream, you know? Yeah, exactly. I saw her, Kyrie. I saw her in yours. I think it's a possibility, Caroline. And to be honest, I think in all reality, if that did happen, I'd be like, oh well, you know what, Ava, you knew exactly what you were playing five with. So honestly, tell you the truth, it'd be kind of good for her in a lot of ways. I mean, I wouldn't sit there and say I want Sonny to kill her, but like, and Kyrie's de Havilland asks, "Are you going live tonight?" So that comments for you. Jay Blue says I laughed at the fact that Finn was able to bed his stepmom, but acted all shy around Anna, Liz, and Hayden. Um, no, but not in the way of like I don't think it's okay for a man to hit a woman because I don't think it's okay for a woman to hit a man. Um, but what I'm Smith is saying, Kyrie, is if she does get hurt by him, that's on her. I'll say that much. Island says what happened with Ava on GH. Is she playing with fire? She knows Sonny's medication is not on full, and she keeps doing that. You know, she's not saying anything. I don't know. Pick your poison, Kyrie's. Pick your poison. Lux says, I think Carly will hurt Ava and Sonny will do everything to protect her. They may get back together after that. I think Carly will hurt Ava. How? Ron says if Stephanie told her parents that Everett is missing and she needs to find out about her whereabouts and they tell her you're not going anywhere. She's a grown ass woman, so they're not gonna sit there and they're not gonna tell her that she can't go anywhere. That's the thing though. And they're not gonna do that. She's a grown woman. But that's the thing though, LaShawn, yes, actions have consequences, right? So Ava see, this is the thing. Ava knows that he's not fully on his medication. The doctor has sat there and said that he could be paranoid and stuff like that. He may have a violent outburst or whatever. This is one of those things where it's like Ava may sit there and grab Sonny's arm and Sonny does this or whatever, right? I don't I don't I don't think it's gonna come to that. But what I'm sitting there saying is I can see a scenario where Ava grabs Sonny's arm or whatever, and Sonny yanks it, and she winds up not, she winds up hitting the table or something like that, She winds up falling, hitting her head on the table or something. I can see that happening. I don't know in what universe that they're actually going to sit there and show Sonny punch Neva, but I'm saying more of an accidental sort of scenario. And I always find it to be a very double standard when people sit there and say, "Oh, well, a man shouldn't hit a woman." Okay, well then, what makes it okay for a woman to hit a man? I don't think you should be putting your hands on anyone, but I do believe in self-defense, though. Yeah, Kyrie, no one's not there saying that Sonny's just going to straight up deck Ava in the face or anything like that, but I can see more of an accidental sort of situation. LaShanta says Sonny's so dumb he let Ava tell him Carly turned everyone against him. Well, it's funny you say that, LaShanta, Because is he dumb or is he low in his meds? That's what I'm saying. Like people are saying he's dumb, he's stupid. He is not fully on his medication. But yeah. I just, I always sit there and hear about these double standards, and people always get so upset. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that he sat there and hit a woman. It's like, why not? I'm not saying it's right, but I'm like, why not? I don't see the same energy when it comes towards a woman hitting a man. So let's not sit there and play. Let's not play that game. Exactly, Laura B. See, that's emotions talking right there, Laura B. That's emotions talking. That's emotions talking. It's like when people sit there and say, "Oh, I'm so pissed off at Sonny for doing this or doing that," and just like you do realize that he's not fully medicated, right? So what are you pissed off about? But that's when people let their emotions get the best of them. What's good, Jonathan? LaShanta says she knows he's off his rocker, so whatever he do is cool. Jay Blue says who is putting everything on Ava. She has positioned herself to be to blame by the FBI when the truth comes out. Yes, exactly, Harvey. Well, this is what I mean. I'm about keeping the same energy, right? Krista says Spencer always told Trina she did not know the real Ava. Sure, very true, Crystal. Yes, I did, Jonathan. I did see it. And I'm glad you're in because I got to sit there and message y'all both tonight. Blackmon says Steffi wants hope for the future to end. Can someone put Steffi in her place already? Kind of hard to do that when she's a shot caller. But I get what you're saying now. But yes, Jonathan, we finally get to see that SmackDown. That's a good question. I mean, I know that he does put other people's kids before his own kids. I'll say that. Well, she's definitely going overboard. This is personal. It's definitely personal. Oh, that's pretty good. Island says Steffi has become a cartoon. To be fair, the Bold and the Beautiful has become a whole cartoon. If we're gonna be honest, um, Daphne says, "Does anyone know what Ava's end game for Sunny?" I don't even think the writers know at this point. Yes, that's very true. That's very true, Jonathan. I'm glad that Marlena actually said that to let them know. DC Soap Sanctuary, what is good? Let's everyone say what's up to DC. Lashanta says, but do you remember Faith, Roscoe, and Rick were silent partners, and Sonny was manic and wouldn't listen? Somewhat. I did tune out of GH for a while, so I don't fully remember that story. What's good, Jillian? Well, Island, I always sit there and I look at, well, not that nastiness again, DC. I always sit there, I always look at B&B like it's the best soap opera sitcom. I always sit there and say it's the best soap opera sitcom. And what's good, Jillian? It's good to see you again. Carrie says, I think Lulu should wake up as a villain like Nina did. Hmm. Freddie says, Ava's doing all this to position wanting to be Sonny's the only way she can do it. That he's not taking the right doses of medication. How sad, pathetic. Exactly. And stupid. And stupid, Freddie. Because this plan can easily backfire on her. It can have consequences towards her. It can have consequences towards their daughter. But she's very short-sighted. Cherry Ice Cream says, I think Ava's plan on making Sonny unfit to have Avery around him. Not tonight to have them, but I'm planning on getting some next week though, because I'm gonna be off. So I plan on actually getting some next week. But since I'm going out, yeah, because to have them since I'm going out tomorrow drinking, there's no point of really drinking tonight. So I'm gonna try to do that next week. Lady J's in the chat. Was good, love? Queen Jess is in the chat. DC says if you vote for Nate and Tracy for 2025, you will get a whole new wine. The only thing you want to get is nastiness. Now, why you keep sneaking talking about that nastiness? DC says I've been going out drinking is giving Nick. Listen, Nikki Newman was radiant yesterday or today. DC says Lady J, the first lady of Bostic Enterprises. Yeah, she is Lady J. No, not tonight, Davlin, because I'm going out drinking tomorrow. So, and I want to wake up early tomorrow. So, but hopefully, actually next week, I definitely I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. You know, Jonathan. You know what I liked about that scene? It was classic soap opera. It was classic. It was classic soap opera argument, Jonathan. Carrie says, I'm done. I'm out once again. Hashtag radiance is canceled. I'm going to have that word taken out of the dictionary. Carrie is killing me yesterday. Carrie is killing me yesterday. DC says, I've been drinking. It's giving AJ Quartermain. Listen, I haven't actually drunk in a while. Actually, I haven't went out. Well, I actually haven't drunk in a while. So I do plan. I do actually plan on going to the wine store this week. So yeah, you know, Frida, like I said, she's been killing it all this week. She's been killing it all this week. So I don't remember the actress name, Freddie, but yeah. Just says drank, not drink. Oh, okay. Thank you, Jess. I love it. So I'm drinking tomorrow. Drank. It seemed right in my head at the time. Jillian says Eric should have been pushing Sloan right off him when she was hugging him. That's what she did to him. What's good, Big Nate? DC says Albert drinking is giving Albie Quartermain. Albie is the test of Albert's personality, but Albie doesn't know who Tess is because he doesn't. See, this is why DC is always going to be my guy. DC is going to be my guy for life because of comments like that. Which I actually haven't drank. I haven't drank in a hot minute. Carrie says, I keep that same energy on my stream. I remember telling my queen Jess not to tell Albert something because he doesn't deserve it. He ruined my appetite calling Nikki. Kyrie, stop it. Listen, Kyrie, I can't help how I feel. Okay. She was glowing. I mean, it's like she came in that room with this just golden aura. I was literally sitting there, I was like, Nikki, you go girl. You go girl. DC says so Nikki is radiant, but Nate and Tracy are nasty. Absolutely. I'm convinced I'll be No, DC, I'm keeping it real. DC says if Albert watched One Life to Live, maybe he wouldn't know who Tess is and the show wouldn't have gotten canceled. I didn't know who Tess was. I mean, I left a little bit after Erica Torpy. Um, that was the last Jess that I remember was Erica Torpy. No, was it Aaron Torpy? Was it Erica or Aaron Torpy? Uh, I mean, Kyrie's is not exactly really a competition. It's not a competition between Tracy and Nikki. I'm just saying that Nikki was looking radiant. No. Oh, Aaron Torpy. Thank you. Yeah, that was. Yeah, that's pretty much when I kind of. Thank you, Jonathan. In DC, Aaron Torpy. But that was the last time that I actually watched it. But like I said, Nikki, she looked at well refreshed and rejuvenated. DC says Tracy looked like she can give Nate the business in the bedroom, in the boardroom, and in the bedroom. Okay, that's pretty gross, but okay. I mean, listen, if Tracy's your thing, then Curry says Radiant has officially lost all meaning. The hell it has not. Not when you not when you add Nikki Newman to it. DC says sounds like Albert wanted to rejuvenate her. Listen, she ain't bad. Black Mon says Albert keep it PG. I always keep it PG. Black Mon. I always keep it PG. Trust me, I'm very good at euphemisms. Johnson says the only Jessica Buchanan I knew was Brie. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. There was, I mean, like I said, me, she was radiant. So she was radiant. She was glowing. She was rejuvenated. Like she came back from this spa, just was just brimming. You know how I do it, Black Mom. He says that you can rejuvenate Nikki, but not Tracy. I vote Albert be demoted as CEO of Bostic Enterprises for Kyrie's as new CEO. I believe he could take this. And Lushanta says, "Stop it, Albert." Freddie says, "Albert, the actress who played Violet is Josephine or Love. She's a wonderful actress." Yeah, no, yes, thank you. Yeah, no, she does her thing. She definitely does her thing, and she's ahead of the curve in a lot of ways. Curry says, that's it. Have a good night, Albert. I got to watch my wrestling. Albert ruined my appetite for just says we didn't have Nina all week, so even though this episode was a bit boring, I'm glad for her. Kyrie said, "That's it. Have a good night, everyone. I got to watch my wrestling. I would ruin my appetite for a second night in a row." No, I did not. Stop it, Aries. Yeah, no, yeah, I definitely did not pronounce that name right. I definitely did not pronounce that name right, Jazz. DC said Jess is like the Joe of Bostic Enterprises. She lets us all believe we are running the show when she's the real CEO and head honcho. That seems about right for Jess. She's a very smart cookie. Freddie said that's how her first name is spelled. Sure. Yeah, I cannot pronounce that name. I'm not even gonna sit there. I already mispronounced it once, but I'll take your word for it though. I'm just gonna call her the actress that plays Violet. Jess says I'm not a cookie. Laura B says in Abba's defense, the little girl's name is quite unusual. Yeah. Jess said Joe Phil. Oh, Joe Fell. Oh, Joe Fell? Oh, Joe Fell. Thank you, Jess. Thank you. I appreciate that. But you're a very smart lady, though, Jess. You're a very smart lady. Even when you do sass me. Oh, yeah, Joe Phil. Joe Phil. Thank you. Yeah, that makes sense. Joe Phil. Thank you, Jess. DC says a smart lady who owns 90% of Bostic Enterprises. You damn right. Because, well, she's Jess. So Jess gets whatever she wants. Yeah. Jillian says, Albert, they need to give Liam new lines. He keeps repeating the same things over and over again. You know, Jillian, that's B&B for you though. That's B&B for you though. B&B loves to recycle dialogue, Jillian. It's one of the many things that just makes it unwatchable. And thank you, Freddie. What's good, Alyssa? Just says you're like not even reading the fee. It's Joe. Oh, Joe Fee. Yeah, Joe. Joe Fee. Joe Fiel. Joe Fiel. Joe Fiel. Oh, Joe Fiel. Damn, that is a really yo. That's an unusual name. Thank you, Jazz. There we go. How you doing? How you doing, Alyssa? Oh, she's French. Jess, you remember how long it took for me to pronounce Alyssa's name? Alyssa is going to be hell in his marriage. Thank you, Lorby. Thank you. Yeah, I was gonna get it, Freddie, but that is so much of an unusual name, though, Freddie. Jalen says we never seen Liam work. He just seems to spend the day talking to people about Sheila and Finn. Exactly, Jillian. That's spot on. Well, Freddie, this time she actually schooled me right, so she did actually help me out. Johnson says next week Rafe will ask Melinda if she was involved with the baby switch. What we know is that, and the way she answered that question was very comedic. Alyssa says Finn should have just told Sheila the truth about him being there. Oh, come on, Jess. Eight times out of 10, I generally tend to scold you. Let's just be real, Jess. Let's just keep it real, Jess. Come on now. Ben should just told Sheila the truth about him being there. I think he did. He actually did. He sat there and said, "I just want to get some pizzas." No, Sheila, you know, just says, "Yo, Jess, you funny." Johnson says, "I have a feeling that Everett's parents will eventually appear on the show. Hopefully." Island says B&B hasn't been decent from Finn and Steffi got shot. But yeah, Jess. Once again, Rich is doing too much. He actually said, "I can't believe you just said that to me." Could be Jonathan. Could be, or it could be the mom. It could be the mom. So we just lying today. Jane says Finn is in trouble with Stephanie now. Exactly. You saw how petrified he was when he was at the wedding the whole time. Have a good night, Jay Blue. But yeah, Jane, he was nervous the whole time. I could have swore I saw sweat coming down his head because he knows the minute that Steffi finds out that he went to that wedding, that's his ass. Yeah, it was a nice background. I can't believe Kyrie said that. I ruined his appetite by complimenting the great. Well, yeah, let's not stretch about saying the great Nikki Newman. Just as Finn is acting dumb, so he gets what he gets. What he needed to get was his damn balls from Steffi. Is what he needed to get. Having that woman sit there and control him to the point where he's so petrified just to go to his own mother's wedding. Come on, seriously? That's the problem with people like Steffi and Summer. They act like they run ish. They act like they run shit in relationships. And like Steffi, you don't run shit. But yet you have no problem sitting there just as LOL Steffi had Steffi been had his balls. Exactly, unfortunately. Have a good night to Havlin. Just as Steffi runs Finn. Yeah, that's a damn shame. That is a goddamn shame. That's a travesty. Alyssa said, "Don't get me started on Summer." Oh, Alyssa, yeah, I was dragging Summer this week. This week I was. Oof. Johnson says, but judging by his reaction, by thinking Eric was going to hit Sloan, I'm thinking that's what his father did to his mother, and probably himself as well. Yes, I thought the same thing. Jillian says, "Oh yeah, Alyssa, and honestly, to tell you the truth, Phyllis isn't helping the situation either." Jillian says, I'm sure Liam is going to try and swoop in. Exactly, like the POS that he is. Freddie says, I'll be nothing against the actor who plays Geo and GH has a bloated cast already with some main characters instead of new characters showing up to Port Charles. How about doing more with Trina? I've been sitting there saying that for a minute, Freddie. I don't have anything against him, but I'm like, I got too many people. TR Coach 2.0 by Everett's father, yeah. Ooh, you remember that character, Jonathan? That was just ugliness incarnate. At first, Alyssa, At first, she was sitting there looking at Summer like, hey, you need to calm down or whatever. But then, for some odd reason, she decided to start placating to Summer and her BS. Alan says right now, Liam, Summer, Ava, and Steffi are the most annoying characters of the week. Hmm. Jonathan, the only thing that was refreshing was that this guy was truly irredeemable. Like he was a true scumbag, right? There was no, oh, but I could see the softer side, or maybe he's just misunderstood. No, this guy was dog-ish from start to finish. There was no redemption. It was just literally what it was. Jane says, I think Hope and Finn would end up together because she already in love with him, and Steph would probably end up with Liam. Exactly. You took the girl's line. Okay, Stephanie close hope for the future. Okay, you want to take some of mine? I'm gonna take some of yours. So yeah, Hope is gonna sit there and go after Finn. She's gonna be a true Logan. Yeah, but you know what, Alyssa? I think I will go with Claire just because Summer is just over the top. Summer is just really over the effing top. Also, tomorrow. Okay, well, let me read these two comments and then I'm gonna speak. Jillian says, I hate when Steffi says Sheila is out of Finn's life for good when Finn should make that decision for himself. Jillian, that's what happens when you pretty much let your significant other run you. That's what happens when you let your significant other run you. Freddie says, Albert, speaking of POS, Ava Jerome is a big POS for keeping quiet about Sonny's. Yes. And stupid. Yes, exactly, Freddie. Ava is dumb and well, she's a scumbag and she's stupid. Sean says the actor that plays Deacon on B&B, Sean Caden, is a good actor. He makes the story believable. He was also great on GH as AJ. Yeah, see, when I came into the show, I was introduced to Billy Warlock. So that was the only AJ that I knew. And I think that they picked Billy Warlock because they wanted somebody that Sonny could look like he could be an intimidating figure, which is actually pretty messed up, but that's when it was literally the Sonny show. So, damn, that's so good. Mm-mm-mm. It's like Sean Caden was too much like Sonny couldn't sit there and bully Sean Caden character of Billy. Oh, he did. Interesting, Jonathan. But I'm saying like I felt like they picked Billy Warlock because he was a lot shorter compared to Sonny Corinthos. Oh, it is good. It is good, Lord B. It's real good. And it's been way too long. Thank you, Freddie. Thank you. Yes, make sure you hit the like button because it really does actually help. And speaking of things, tomorrow I'm gonna sit there and try to do my members live stream tomorrow early. Just as LOL, not many people are shorter than Sonny. Billy Warlock was, and that's exactly how they liked it. Okay, so we got 27 likes. We got 36 people in the chat. So if you are enjoying the stream, make sure you do hit the like button because it does help. Johnson says Billy Warlock also was on days before he went to GH. Wow. Damn, these people they really did travel. Like Kristen Storm was on days before she went to GH. And what's good, Darby? So yes, tomorrow I'm gonna sit there and try to do the live stream early. I'm trying to do the live stream early because I'm going out this weekend. So if I do the members live stream and maybe at 9 be the latest if I do the members only live stream, but I will let people know. I may try to live stream it tomorrow though, going out to the city. So we'll see. What's good, Darby? That's right, let's shout to Sheila's Bell. Oh, you have your wrestling podcast tomorrow, right, Alyssa? Well, it's good to have you tonight though. Yep. At 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. Well, 4 o'clock my time, New York time. Freddie says so far good. Let's continue to raise those numbers up for Albert. Thank you. Johnson says and Scott, who played Liam on B&B, started on Jace, then moved over to One Night to Live before joining B&B. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know he was actually on One Night to Live. Hmm, that's so good. That is such good ice cream. I don't know how I ate that every day, every night though. I felt like that was probably ODing more than anything else. It was, Jillian. Despite DC Roy Smith is saying that I didn't watch One Night to Live. LaShanta says, I watched Spinelli and Jason podcast, Daily Drama is good. It's it's so weird to watch Steve not be Jason. Like watching Steve with a hat on just looks so weird to me. You know, he has his hat. Sometimes he has his hat backwards. And just like, yeah, yeah, Miss White to Live, the Vega brothers, Colin, Troy, because that's what they did. I remember when they killed off Sam, and I really did not care. Alyssa says Steve isn't a robot. That's the difference between him and his character. Darby says AJ was a drunk. AJ was weak. AJ was screwed up. But explain to me how, in a city full of hypocritical people who lie, cheat, and murder, how is AJ evil? Hmm. Good point. Good point. Yeah, it's crazy. You got Steve and Brad on YouTube. You have Maurice Bernard on YouTube. It's very interesting seeing them also be YouTubers. It's like, yeah, they call themselves podcasters and they are, but they're still on YouTube. So it's like, would they still be podcasters or would they be YouTubers? Like Maurice Bernard, he does his podcast, but it's on YouTube. So is he a YouTuber or is he a podcaster? Island says, I like Todd. He was such a unique character. Vicky was also the voice of reason, and Dorian, she was extra. I mean, like Steffi kind of extra, because that's extra. But yeah, listen, I was dragging Summer yesterday. Yeah, that ice cream is good. I don't know how I actually ate that ice cream every day though. Alyssa says Moa has his own YouTube channel, and I saw on an episode State of Mind with. Oh, nice. And Johnson says, and don't forget John McBain. That's very true. Alan says State of Mind is a good show. Julian says I saw a clip recently when Todd came back and revealed that he was the real Todd when his family thought. I saw that. That was a couple years ago. I saw that. Jess says, damn, does anyone like Steffi anymore? To be fair, Jess, I never liked Steffi. I never liked that chick. She always, for me, she gave me a little bit too much attitude. I was like, yo, I don't know who this chick is. Um, I don't know who this chick is, but you doing too much. Yes, the real cult leader, Mitch Lawrence. Um, yeah, I never liked that chick though. And Darby says, since when did anyone start to like um Jess says I thought she was so pretty but annoying. Yeah, that chick is annoying. Alyssa, I'm glad you did, Albert. I think something isn't just Joseph Claire because of Harrison. I think it's because of Kyle is starting to like Claire. But see, that would be so stupid for her to be jealous because she's dating Chance, right? So it's like, so now you're dating somebody, but you're jealous of your ex dating somebody else. Like, what kind of ish is that? That's just foul for so many reasons. Oh, is that so, Jonathan? Hmm. Yeah, that was probably a little bit before my time now. I think I started watching it in 1998 or 1999, I think. Sean said AJ was misunderstood. The writers did that character bad to prop up Sonny. I thought, though I always liked Sonny, I also felt bad for AJ. Hmm. Yeah, I can see them propping him up for Sonny. That's why, again, they changed. They didn't get somebody the same physical stature as Sean Caden when taking over the role uh, for AJ. They got somebody a lot shorter. Blackmon says Steffi's becoming Jim from Jim and the holograms. That's an '80s thing, right? Happening, yeah. That's definitely for my time now. Just said they definitely wanted to prop up Sonny because I didn't care for AJ. Yep, you weren't meant to. That's the thing, Jazz. Like Sean said, that the dude Um, Darby said he shot his dad in the back accidentally, but Alan forgave him. I don't know if I would have been able to forgive my son for shooting me in the back. I don't care if it was an accident or not. Alan says I prefer Steffi's twin Phoebe. She was sweet after she died. Steffi kind of started acting out. Lorby said, I heard about that, yeah. Because Lorby, I know they did a movie that no one liked. Freddie says Albert Dex was stupid for not pressing charges against Sonny. He had the perfect. Yes, but he listened to Anna. Yes, exactly. That was stupid on both of their fronts. Freddie, that was stupid on both of their fronts. Because I'm like, Anna, you are so rah rah. I'm going against Sonny, but then you're like, oh, well, I don't think it's a good time to go after Sonny. You mean you don't think it's always a good time to go after Sonny when Sonny breaks the law? That's what you said, Anna. So what are you doing? And honestly, tell you the truth, Dex not pressing charges is not going to look good to the other officers. Yep, Jess, I remember you saying that in Kyrie's stream. Gillian says I didn't start watching any soaps until about 2006, 2007. I was born in 2000, and I lived with my grandparents, and my grandmother started watch all my children were like 11 General Hospital. Lashanta says it wasn't Jason's fault. AJ was a screw up. That's true. It was Island. Yeah, exactly. It wasn't a good time to go after him for some odd reason. Even though when you break the law, it's always a good time to go after someone. Especially Anna, who was gunning for him. Exactly. But now she just magically changed her mind. Nope, it's not a good time to go after Sonny. He may only spend 2 years in jail. Okay, well, that's 2 years that he's not in the streets hurting people. I don't know. Anna, how about take the win? Laura B says if Dex does not press charges, how would the other candidates know? Word gets around. And it just takes one person to tell it. It just takes one person. It just takes one person to tell the other person. That's it, Lord B. That's not something that he should want getting out or even taking a chance of getting out. Because remember, Lord B, the other cadets was already freezing them out. Lord Lashanta says, did you see Anna try Carly? Yeah, I did. But honestly, tell you the truth, Lashanta, that scene didn't even make any sense. Just says, damn, LOL, it takes one person to what? It takes one person to tell the other person to tell the other person. And since the cadets already didn't like him because he worked for Sonny, he's already on an uphill battle. And now they find out you didn't even sit there and press charges against the guy that you worked for. What a surprise. I can see it too, Island. Don't get me wrong. I can see it as well. I can see it as well. Because Claire, you're trying to kill her family. Of course she's going to be pissed off at you. Of course she's not going to sit there and rock with you. Alyssa says Summer's real focus is on hating Claire, but she can't see that Jordan is the real villain. Well, yeah, because she thinks that Jordan is dead. Pretty sure, but that was so dumb that Annika had Sunny right there. So that there, so disappointing of how the writers is writing these characters. Yes. Yeah, it's yeah, it's been bad. Exactly. I see where I see where Island is coming from. Mm, that's true. I think it's the way that wound up happening. I don't know. I mean, one died of a disease and one died of being overboard. Johnson says, "Do you think Stephanie will succeed in convincing Everett to get help?" I don't know. I mean, honestly, to tell you the truth, the problem with Stephanie is that I'm not even really that invested in her to honestly care that much. You know, I don't think that she's a bad character, but I just feel that she's super desperate. And I know that she wants to try to help Everett out. So I guess it's fine, but hmm, I don't know. But Jonathan, I think the only person who could convince Everett to get help is Stephanie. Well, up to a point, Alyssa. Up until a point. Like the dude has mental health issues, right? I don't think it's not. I think it's more about compassion than anything else, right? I think it's about compassion, Alyssa. It's not so much like before I would sit there and say because she didn't know what was going on that you're not putting yourself in a good position. But now she knows that he has DID. He's a person that's suffering tragically, some mental health issues. So hell, even Jada felt bad for him. Jada felt bad for him because now Jada understands. I mean, I get that, Alyssa, but like I said, even Jada has compassion for Everett now. The dude is suffering DID. It is what it is. It's unfortunate that the stuff happened to Jada because of it, but even she's being compassionate. So Island says it's just not believable that she wouldn't have issues like Adam. That's part of the story is a joke. Thank you. Yes, make sure you hit the like button because it does help. I believe that too, Jillian. That's possible. That's why Marlena said, "Hey, listen, if you're gonna help, be careful." Jane said Ava betrayed Alex and Victor, caught Cole and his ex-attorney Michael with Jordan. Now, what Victor's going to do with them? Yeah, hey, what show are we talking about? That's who that was. Thank you, John. I didn't understand that scene at all. Thank you. Well, yeah, like you said, he's mentally ill. So it's like if Jada feels bad and Stephanie's willing to help, you know, that's bravery right there. It just makes me wonder, Island, has Sharon run her course on the show? That's the question. Has Sharon actually run her course on the show from The Young and the Restless? She's been on for a hot minute. Has she ran her course? people are happy to see her, but when she comes on, she's in this business that no one sees and no one really seems like they care. You know, oh, I'm this business mogul on this company that no one gets to see. Like, so, because here's the thing, Alyssa. Up until a point, even Chad was like, "Why are you sitting there bailing this dude out? Like, what are you doing? Like, this dude is sketchy as hell. We don't know what's going on with him." And Stephanie got defensive. I'm like, bro, this dude is sketchy, but now you know why he's sketchy. So Island says, I think so. YNR needs a story that connects multiple characters like a mystery. Yeah, an ensemble cast of a story that's definitely missed on a lot of shows. Johnson says everyone probably end up in Fairview for a little while. That's where Abigail went when she was dealing with her DID. I forgot that's the place that people go to when they need mental health treatment. Caroline says she has an imaginary business. Exactly, she has an imaginary business that no one cares about. She was with Chase, that no chance that no one cared about. Yeah, listen, that's the thing. Like, up until a point, Alyssa, trust me, I was with you on that whole Stephanie, you doing too much. Like, this dude is sketchy as hell, and you still hanging out with him. So I was like, you been a little kind of naive, but now, uh, you know, Darby says it feel good seeing Eric on the recovering end of a punch. But usually Eric is the one always throwing the punch. Wow, I'm surprised. I mean, I wouldn't expect that from a priest. Island says like who's done it. For example, the Who done a storyline involving Diane. That was good. Yeah, they need something like that. They need something to kind of um, shake up these stories. Something to shake up that show. Fred says Albert, the only people that still got all their senses on GH is Jason, Carly, Jordan, Trina, and Portia. Well, we can't count Portia at this point. Okay, because today I saw Portia and Liz do something both. And I was like, both of y'all women are out of pocket. Okay. Darby says Eric wasn't always a priest, Albert. Eric ain't a saint. Oh, okay. I have to take your word. You've been watching the show longer than me. But okay. Um, but yeah, Liz Smith divulging information that she shouldn't have gave, and Portia Smith talking about, well, you should be able to tell me because we're friends. What are you talking about? Your friends? You're her boss. Why are you sitting there playing the friend card as far as you can confide in me? You can tell me anything. But then what happens when she does tell you? Now you're sitting there thinking, well, if Finn starts drinking, then he can put the patients at risk. So, but now you're not going to say anything. Now you're sitting there telling her you're going to keep quiet. See, Portia, let's sit there and say she's in her full senses. With the Heather thing, yes. Yeah, Alyssa, we've been looking forward to we've been looking forward towards that for a hot minute. I can see that, Island. I can see that. She did annoy me when she first came to the show, especially the way that she acted towards Ava. Freddie says Albert. Well, I said Portia because of saying yes. Yeah, I was just gonna sit there and say that yes. Yeah, the Heather thing, yes. Yeah, yeah, because now she's like, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna sit there and be a friend to Liz and keep the secret? Or am I gonna sit there and be a boss? Because let's be honest, Portia is the only chief of staff there. Jane says YNR and GH and YNR. What about GH and YNR? Island says Portia was pushing Esme to be around Spencer more. She irked my soul and I'm over this character. Yeah, let's not forget she did sit there and try to do that behind her daughter's back, which wasn't cool, right? Hell, I actually tell you the truth, Portia did something so egregious that I actually had to sit there and have sympathy for Spencer. And Spencer was not a character that I generally liked. But when Portia started giving Spencer all that level of attitude, I was like, bro, you doing too much. I was like, I don't even like this guy, and you doing too much. So that's saying something. Alyssa, she was so much that I wound up defending Spencer. Do you understand how ass backwards that has to be to the point where I gotta sit there and defend Spencer? You messed up. Yeah, so is Island, so is Natalia. I kinda like it a little bit. It's cute. I can see that being generally I can see that being fun in certain situations. Um he says Albert wants Stella, got all her senses too with Jason, Carly, Jordan, Trina, Portia when it comes to yes. Yeah. And when it comes to that, yes. Sean said Portia is a badly written character. It may be the actress needs to speak up about her character. See how well that doesn't go. But maybe it will. I mean, it doesn't hurt to try. You got a point, Sean. Johnson says, do you think Sloan could find a way to blackmail EJ? Nope. Not at this point. Nope. Nope. I mean, it's always possible, but it's highly unlikely. Unless Island says Alexis used to get on my nerves too back in the day. Yeah, she did. Island saying just said why you lie and say you can watch a whole episode with Stella and Tracy. Yeah, right. uh, I did say that. Jess, I'm not gonna lie. When I said that afterwards, I was like, could I? And then I sat there. I was like, I was like, I am not redoing this again. I was like, I'm not. I was like, I'm not redoing this again. So yeah, I'm glad you did quote that, Jazz. Johnson says, what if Melinda blackmailed EJ? Yeah, but I feel like EJ could blackmail Melinda, and they will have to just be at a stalemate at that point. I thought about that afterwards, just because I was like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think that their scenes are bad, but yeah, Lashanta says Albert was Blaze was dropping was Blaze Blaze was dropping to Christina and Dex. I don't understand that sentence. But Jonathan, like I said, I think it would just be at a stalemate though. At the very least. Island says Stella is boring too. LOL seems like most of us dislike a good amount of characters and GH poor writing maybe. Hmm. I don't know. Well, now eavesdropping on listening to Christina and Dex. I don't get it. Albert was Blaze eavesdropping on Christy and Dex. Well, she wasn't eavesdropping, she was in the room. So she wasn't really eavesdropping, she was just literally in the room. So yeah, it wasn't like a secret thing or anything. She was in the room when Dex was like, I don't know if I'm gonna tell I don't know if I'm gonna press charges or not. But I mean like I said, I still think it's she left the room. Okay, I'm not understanding that sentence. Listen to Chrissy and Dex, she left the room. All right, we got to rewrite that sentence because I'm not understanding the question or the comment. Um, I'm sorry, it's very fragmented and I'm just not really getting it, so I can't give you a good answer. Pretty what? Wait, what? The hell I was gonna sit there and say. I mean, like I said, I don't think the scenes with Stella. I don't think the scenes with Stella and Tracy are bad in a sense because they're both very um strong-minded women. But Lashata says from what Blaze saw what Blaze saw Blaze left the room, but it looked like she was listening. I didn't, Lashata, I didn't see that. That might have been a couple of days ago, so I don't remember. Freddie said Christina wanted Blaze to stay in the room with her. Yeah. Yeah, she didn't leave the room. She stayed with her. She was in the room with her, Lashanta. Yeah, Lashanta, Blaze didn't leave the room. Yeah, that's what it was like. She didn't leave the room. Johnson says, what do you think of the court scene with Ferg, that's his name. Yeah, that's what I said, Freddie. She stayed in the room. Jonathan, I think that Ferguson or Ferg, whatever his name is, yeah, Ferguson, he needs therapy. Okay, because he let his true colors come out in that courtroom today. For a lawyer that's supposed to be about logic, he was very emotional. He sat there and he blamed Alexis for, well, if my brothers never met him, Yeah, go back and watch LaShanta. She was in the room the whole time. If my brothers never met her, then they would still be alive. Well, one of your brothers tried to kill her. Did you forget about that detail? Kyrie says, "I'm back to remind you that Stella Henry is an ape." If you say so. If you say so. I mean, listen, that's your point of view, and I respect it. I disagree, but I have my own sense of, I don't know, I guess standards or whatever. Um, but yeah, no, and that's the thing, Jonathan. He needs therapy. That's what he needs, and this is what happens when you are running more on emotions than your logic. Oh, Jimmy, I couldn't stand Stella at first either. Yeah, that's his name, Brendan or Brandon. But yeah, Jillian, I couldn't stand her. I couldn't stand her either. I actually tell you the truth, I used to Jillian, I'm gonna tell you something. I used to fast forward through her scenes because I couldn't sit there and deal with her. She was just over the top. And it wasn't cute, it wasn't funny, it wasn't, oh my goodness, she's so, no, she's just annoying. The only time she was actually likable, the only time she was likable was when she was with Mike. LaShanta says, I thought she stayed with Michael, not Dex, but okay. Yeah, it was then Dex and with Christina wanted Blaze to stay in the room with her. She yes. About Sonny's foolishness, yeah. Jillian says, I remember when Stella couldn't stand Jordan, had a heart attack when Curtis announced they were getting married and she wore black to the wedding. Yeah, she was oof, Jillian. I remember where she got all nat. She started acting like a Karen when she saw Felicia and Matt getting it on in the park at the park, and then she went up to Nathan. She was all like, "Oh, they were doing the nasty. They were a bunch of heathens." And I was like, "Why is this chick acting like a damn Karen?" Yeah, I mean, Jonathan, I wouldn't want Jace to get canceled. Perry says, and the witch office coming is back next week. Wendy deserves justice. I demand justice for my Wendy. Okay. Um, yep. I remember that specifically because that was during the Ask Manlander story when Kristen Storm left and they needed to give Nathan a storyline. And she acted like the biggest annoying Karen. I was like, yo, I can't stand this chick. So every scene that wasn't with Mike, that wasn't with Sonny, I fast forwarded because I just ugh, like she came across as nearly unwatchable. The only person that was actually worse than her was the first Chanel. Carrie says, I don't remember that. Oh, I never saw that scene. You mean the scene when Stella was acting like a damn Karen? Thank you, Freddie. Yes, make sure you hit that like button because it does help. Thank you. I appreciate you, Freddie. Seriously. LaShanta says, and Ava's gonna get her just dessert. Sean said the writers are trying to run an Ava character on Maura West is a good actress. Oh yeah, they definitely effing up on him. Same, Jillian. That's why I have some respect for Jaws. Eagle fan said, "What's up, Albert? I'm glad Victor's lawyer Cole Victor's lawyer and Cole saved her from himself. A great plan by both to get her out there into a prison where she belongs. Oof, okay. Eagle thing, I kind of disagree with you there a little bit, but um, because honestly, here's the thing, Eagle Fang. What has prison ever really done for Jordan? How many times did she sit there and escape prison? Now, I don't think that what you call has a plan. I don't think that Victor really has a plan other than just to keep her in jail. But like, what are you planning on doing? The hell? And that's true. That's actually very true. I don't want him behind bars either. So I trust me. I get where you're coming from. And on some level, I get where they're coming from. Harrier says, "Yeah, that scene you described. Until I see it with my own eyes. If I didn't know any better, I would say you're back to gaslight. No, no, that scene happened, Gary's. I remember that scene happening. Everyone remember that scene happening. And I specifically remember that scene happening because she would act like an annoying goddamn Karen. She was, yeah, no, that scene happened. This is annoying. I can really tell when these things lose their power. Oh, it's almost 10 o'clock anyway. But yeah, it was annoying. But see, that's my whole thing though. Eagle playing. It's like, oh, let's try to get Jordan out. Then what happens when Jordan escapes? Right? That would be all three of their faults because yeah, Victor should have put her ass in jail, right? But Victor had her at a good place. And then Michael and Cole decide, oh, we're gonna sit there and try to help. We're gonna sit there and try to save Victor from himself. So then what do? You let her out of the jail. She escapes, and you just made it worse. So in reality, I'm glad that Victor was there to stop it because I'm just like, what happens if she would have got the what happens if she would have got the better of you two, and she decides to go after Claire? Then what? You're an idiot. Both of you two are idiots. There's no good situation, but like Liz and Dex should be a couple since both are big time snitches. Yeah, it was not a good idea what Liz did, but Portia wasn't exactly any better in that scene because now she has a responsibility. Well, at least Finn is actually going to a meeting to try to get help and try to resolve his issues. You know, somebody said that Liz came across as kind of judgy. Haven't I, Jillian? That Liz came across as kind of judgy, and I didn't see it per se, but I don't know. Alyssa, I blame Victor and Jordan for making Claire suffer like Claire should have stayed in a mental place because she hasn't been fully healed yet. It's very true, Eagle Fang. Yeah, I don't really understand why she wound up doing it. I mean, who's self-righteous, Lashanta? I mean, maybe she needed to vent to someone, but it damn sure shouldn't have been her though. It should have been her. People said it should have been Laura, but it's like, yep, yeah, I heard Eagle Fang. That's crazy. Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, let's say it makes sense. You feel bad for somebody who has, struggling with mental health. That's a serious thing. It just means that you're compassionate, Alyssa. Ooh, yes, me too, Alyssa. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to. At one point when I saw that movie, I kind of want to do that challenge. I'm not even gonna lie. Eagle fan has a good point. Elizabeth was better off telling Tracy than Portia. Yep, Liz was right about Violet. Jane said Ava was the one who alerted Ferguson today, and I can't wait until Alexis confronts Ava, and I bet Sonny will be around at the time. Hmm, that should be interesting. All right, I'm gonna end the stream here because I do gotta try to wake up early. If I wake up early enough, I can sit there and try to do a members live in the morning before I get ready to head out. So I'm gonna try and try. We'll see what happens. But I will sit there and let people know in the community tab about if I do a members live stream tonight. Have a good night, Eagle Fang. Lashanta says, Albert, why are they remaking? Why are they remaking everything now Carly's wash? I mean, Carly's fault. Carly isn't helping situations to some extent. I'll say that much. Have a good night, Lashanta. Have a good night, have a good night, Caroline. Have a good night, Jillian. Hi, Shakira. Have a good night. Alyssa, yeah, you last an extra hour tonight. Yeah, well, Alyssa, I got a better battery, so that does actually help. Have a good night, Alyssa. Have a good night, Queen Jess. Have a good night, Laura B. Have a good night, Cherry Ice Cream. Have a good night, Shakira. Have a good night, Island Breeze. Have a good night, Lashanta. Car wash. Johnson says, join us next time for another edition of your one and only soul chat without Bosick. Thank you, my friend. Actually, I like the rebranding of the outro. I like that. That's actually really good. Johnson says, good night, everyone, and hit the like button. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you. And keep an eye out for your email because I'm gonna email you tonight. Darby says, happy Memorial Day, everyone. Yes, have a good night, Darby. Have a good night, Shakira. Have a good night, Blackmon. Have a good night again, Alyssa. Have a good night, Island Breeze. Yes, I appreciate you. Thank you. Have a good night, Jonathan. Have a good night, Jane. Have a good night, Freddie. Jane, it was good to see you as always. Freddie says, good night, Albert and everyone. Have a great Memorial weekend and make sure to hit the like button on the way out. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Freddie, you have been very good as far as helping me out tonight, and I really do appreciate that. Johnson says, remember, no GH on Monday. Yeah, no GH on Monday. Wow. Darby says, is there Albert on Monday? Yeah, yeah. Unless something changes, I'll be live streaming on Monday, Darby. I'm gonna try to live stream tomorrow, but I'll let people know if it's doable. Because I'm going out tomorrow, so I don't think I'm gonna be live streaming tomorrow night. But so I'm gonna try to do it in the daytime before I head out. Yes, have a good night, cherry ice cream. Alyssa and Encore, Spencer and Trina in New York City. Oh, so yeah, GH is preempted on Monday. Thank you, Alyssa. No, thank you, Freddie. I appreciate you always. So, don't ever think I take for granted that you're being here and everything. That I really do like you, and you really do help me out, and I appreciate you. Yes, Shakira. Yes, Shakira. Happy Memorial Day. Memorial Day is Monday. Yes, but have a good night, though, Shakira. Was days What day good today? It was decent. It had some really good scenes. Eric and Sloan was a really good scene. It was very classic soap opera. Very yelling and crying. It was good. It was actually probably the best scene that I've seen Eric have in a very long time. So yes, it was. It was, Alyssa. Like I said, that scene between Sloan and Eric. That was good. That was good. It was so soap opera classic. Almost kind of wish I would have reviewed it today. But B&B was just a little more easier. Yes, and Wino was also good today. Very true, Alyssa. Wino's been stepping up, so I give him their props. Of course, Shakira, of course. And I appreciate you, and I appreciate you sending me the previews for next week. Yes, it was funny. All right, everyone. Have a good night. I will see ya in the next live stream. Laters. And also good luck, Alyssa, tomorrow on your on your podcast. Definitely support my girl Alyssa. Yes, I appreciate you. Yeah, they do. They do, Jillian. Well, Freddie, I'm happy to have you around. So don't ever think I take you for granted. Of course, Alyssa, you're my favorite vixen. You know I always got your back. No matter what. Later, Freddie. Later, everyone.